Good morning, my friends. Morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. But thank you for being here today. I'm here for hashtag Thrifty Thursday, and that's an open collab hosted by me. Everyone's welcome to participate. Just use the hashtag Thrifty Thursday in your title, maybe in your description box, and also tag my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. So I just went to a couple thrift stores this week. So let me show you my junk journal crafty goodies. Everything's crafty this week. So yeah, I got a few books here that I think are super cute at one of the thrift stores. And so it was this one Rand McNally book here, Rumpelstiltskin, so cute. Look at this cover. And the back has some writing, so I may have to cover that if I can't clean it off when I do make this one day into a journal, probably. There's a name written here, and I always like to tell you what I'm going to be, or give you an idea at least of what I'm thinking, because I don't bring things home unless I know I'm going to use them. So when I'm in a thrift store, I say, I'm going to make a journal out of this. This could be belly band, this could be whatever, type of thing. So that's why I always relay that to you, so like I don't just haphazardly buy everything. You know what I mean? Everything, I have to have a reason to buy it because I don't really need anything. So I'm really picky about what I do bring home. And this was a cute little, it's about the size of a regular, this one. There's Rand McNally books. There's smaller ones, just like the smaller little golden books, the little ones, and then this one is the standard, I would say standard size, like the little golden books. Anyway, the Rand McNally books always have a picture here, nice picture. Usually this back cover has like the actual last page of the story, and then this has this first nice page here with something cool on it. But it does have some writing, so I would just cover that up with a little strip of something, paper, fabric, whatever, something cute. You could put a little kind of piece of paper here and then kind of go over here with a little cluster or something. And that would be super cute, right, when you make it into a journal. And then there's some nice pages here that are all in perfect condition, and they're kind of, yellowing, browning, whatever you want to call that. And I already looked at a few minutes ago, looked at the Roman numerals here, and it is a 1959, and that's at least what the Roman numerals say, 1959 little book. So at the same thrift store, let me just show you this real quick so I can make a nice little pile over here beside me. I got these, there's one left in the package here, recipe cards, and I was pleasantly surprised to find those because I don't find recipe cards that much. And these, they don't look vintage or anything, but I thought they were really cute. And I love love to put like gingham or red, even especially red gingham in my recipe journals. Or I think these are generic enough that I would, consider putting them in any journal where I think they would belong or go, type of thing. You've got the red gingham and you've got this little tomato here and the lines to write on. So cute little journaling card. And it looks like they're probably all here. It's probably none of these were probably ever used. But anyway, some fun recipe cards there. I was going to say one thing about recipe cards. If you find like these are not vintage or highly, some of them, especially the vintage ones, have really pretty graphics on them, really pretty pictures. But if you find plain ones, I would say don't reject those. And I talking to myself here too, because this is what I recently told myself. Don't reject those. You could go ahead and get them. I mean, they are recipe cards, so cool for that one reason. And then if they're kind of plain, you can decorate them and really make them into any theme, and they'll basically be a journaling card, but make them into any theme maybe that you're working on, right? If you're working on a journal or whatever, maybe some happy mail, but you could put a little piece of ephemera on there, or a couple pieces, a little cluster, whatever, some fabric pieces, and turn them into something plain, turn it into a cute little journaling card. So then I found at the same thrift store these two books, and it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks that these would be, because I almost rejected them because they're board books, but then I remembered, Sheree, hello, You can use board books too, because I have done it before myself. And I thought these would be the cutest little tall, narrowish type of little books to make journals out of. They're both board books. And I thought it was really cool because they're made by, I guess, the same company as Little Golden Books. It says a golden sturdy book here. They both have these cute bunny scenes on the front. This one is illustrated by Richard Scarry. So cute, cute, cute. And so let me we'll go through this one because I have more ideas for this one. This one is animal babies, and then so I would make this into a cover, cute on the back too. I could cover up the barcode, which I usually try to remember to do. And then these are cute pages too, with all the little animal babies. And some of these don't have, I think they all have at least one word, like this one has the word ducklings. So, yeah, I would definitely make this into a journal. And these are, let's see, do these have copyright? This is 1988, so I'm sure both of these are vintage. Maybe this is the same year. Well, this one says, wait, really? This one says 1963. Wow, cool, if it really is. I know it can't be, it has a barcode on it. It's got to be 1970 something and higher. I wonder, I don't see another copyright, but they didn't have barcodes in 1963, so anyway. Cute cover and back. So this one I liked. Let me look at this. See, this one has the whole picture going across the two pages. This one has it like a little golden book where it's this book belongs to. It has this golden sturdy book belongs to. Super cute. So you could write in here and put a name or a date or something in there. When it's made into a journal, I would leave this just like this. And then the back is plain on this one. The back on this one is, let's see, again, a little kitten. I would leave that too, the little kitten. That's super cute. So that's what it looked like when I take the pages out. But I would cover this with something more. I mean, yellow is pretty, but kind of plain, so I would put some pretty paper there, or cardstock or something. But this one is a whole different story because you've got the, of course they both have the sturdy pages, but you can cut these. You can cut these up if you wanted to. They're thin enough. They're not super thick where you couldn't cut them. But my thought was this one has whole pages like this with no words. So in my mind, I have a bunch of journal covers here. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. You get the picture. Here's one bird journal. That's the back of the birds. This is the only one I think that has words on both sides, but I picked my favorite already. This one with the bunny under the mushroom, just like the cover. And then this one, the other side is my favorite, even though it has words with the dandelions. This one is no words, so that could be a cover. In fact, this could be the cover front, and this could be the back. Yeah, so you could use these for the front and back cover, or you could make a new back if you had, if you ended up using every one of these for a front cover. But the cute cover there. What was on the other side of this one? Oh, the dandelions. Yeah, I think I would put I don't know. Yeah, this one looks like more like a cover, and this one could be on the inside. Oh, that's super, super cute too. Fall journal. It could be. This one's squirrel cover. And this is the back of the squirrels, right? Yeah. So anyway, you get the picture. That's what I saw when I saw this one. Lots of covers there. So that was the one thrift store. And then the other one I went to was the Goodwill outlet bins. So this I picked up at the bins. So let me show you the underneath part here first. This is a piece of trash from the packaging. And so, yeah, I found this cute little Easter. It was just like this, not in anything. It's a wonder it survived. Looking not, if you've ever been to the bins, things are thrown in these big giant bins, and they can very easily get wrinkled or messed up because everybody's just going through it and throwing things back and forth and moving things around. So it was a miracle this wrapping paper survived the bins, but it did, and I got it. I thought it was super cute, and if I have when I have an order before Easter, I will possibly wrap this in it from now until Easter, so that would be cute. And also I can use it, it's quite a big piece, and it's quite thick wrapping paper too. It's really nice, actually, wrapping paper. I don't know if you can tell on video, but it's quite thick wrapping paper, so nice wrapping paper, Easter wrapping paper. And then I found this little thing of squares, and is it squares or rectangles? I guess it's rectangles. And so I can, if I can find the opening on it, I did pick it up. It didn't cost me really anything, hardly. This little pile of stuff here. I can't find the openings. Oh, here it is. Okay. The opening is right there. So here's the note where it it's supposed to go into a notebook. So I guess the opening there, and I guess there's another opening over here. Opening there. It's the oh, okay. Then the other opening. Oh, that's weird. I wonder what this is actually for, but there's an opening here and an opening here. But anyway, my point about these type of things, there was only one there. If there was more, I would have gotten them. But what I usually do with something like this is, I usually don't have journals this size, say 8.5 by 11, but you can cut them up and then have them open. Say they open here, right? So say I'm going to turn this around, put it in a journal, however, bind it, put it on something. Hinge it, whatever. My opening is here. I would be cutting it here. So this piece over here, I could turn around. The opening's here, and then bind this into a journal. But say I cut it here, and then this is open, like I would sew. So I cut here and here, and I would sew across there. I hope that all makes sense. Just trying to explain to you how I would use this type of thing. So, and why did I pick this up? So that is the reasoning on that. And then these were in a notebook that I took out and got these. There's some dividers. There were some dividers that I took out, and this one has lines, and this one is plain. So I felt like I could use these. You can always like fold them in half like this for a page. You have the little tab. It would be at the top, which is fine. Or, fold them this way, cut them up, whatever you want to do. But I thought I could use those. Especially that one with lines on it. I like that. And then these are all envelopes. So, we do lots of things with envelopes. And so I thought, I could take these and either use them in a journal, so you can fold them in half and use them as a page. If I cut them, if say they were too tall, I could cut them down and then glue or sew across the opening if I wanted this to be the opening. Or you can have top pockets. I usually like them on the side. It's easier to get things in and out than at the top for a tall pocket like this. But you can have a little tab sticking out the top, and then it makes something, whatever you put in there, easier to get in and out. So either way, but then you have your flap, and you can also use these for journal covers. Say you found an envelope like this and it had printing on the front, but it would be, you want to use it as a journal cover. Of course, you're just going to cover that up anyway, so it doesn't matter what's on the front. So yeah, several of those were there, and so I got those at the bins. And then I also picked up, this was at the first one where I got the books. I forgot to show you this. This little bag of good sewing notions was at the first one where I got the books, thrift store. And the thing that attracted me is, I'll show you, there's a bunch of colored thread. I think you can probably see through the bag without me taking everything out. Pretty colors of thread. There's even some these little, I guess these are probably some type of embroidery floss. They look a little different. They're twisted instead of strands. They're twisted together. So anyway, pretty colors that I may or may not have. Like I know I have red and green. Do I have purple? I don't know. there's a pretty pink right there, and that two pretty kind of like different kind of pinks. That's a pretty blue that I may not have. So anyway, but I didn't really get it for the thread. I got it for these two these two measuring tapes. I figured the thread was just a bonus. You know, I'll use it. And you know, I do quite a bit of sewing in my journals usually. And so this is a light pink measuring tape. And these are new. These are not old or anything. I just like the color that, you know, I cut them up and use them for, you can cut them up and use them for trim on anything really. Just treat it like a trim, even though it's plastic. You can glue it down with Fabri-Tac, or I guess you could sew it down. I think I've always just glued them down with Fabri-Tac and cut it up into pieces. Make it into a page trim, you know, on the side, or trim on a drilling card or tag or whatever. You could put them into a cluster. And I've also even made little, let me show you. I have one here actually. Made them into little dangles. Believe it or not. Here's one I made into a piece of it into a dangle. This is one of those little clamps that you put on the top. So then I added a bulb pin and some little beads there. Little bead dangle onto the side of the bulb pin. This is the measuring tape right there. It's just a little piece of it. And then this was the end of the measuring tape, so that's why it has that metal piece on there, on the bottom. And then there was a little clip. Do these have that? Wait a minute. This is the metal piece here. I'm trying to figure out what I did here. Okay, so this is the metal piece. You know how they have the metal piece at the end usually. Well, unless they're really old, and that might not be there, it might be gone. But there's the metal piece. So the metal piece is under here, and then I have another clamp on this side. So I have a clamp on either end, those cinch clamps or whatever that you can put on things. And then those have a little loop. So on this end of it, I have a charm. Just to show you, there's so many things you can do with measuring tapes. Okay, so that's a little dangle I'll put on a journal at some point. And then so measuring tape, sewing thread, and then this little spool of, it's called gift trim, but I thought, wow, this is so cool. It's 3 strands of like thread, a red jute twine here type of thread, and then there's a white, it's kind of silky, and this little silver strand here, little string, and then on it has all these little beads already. You know what I mean? You know how we made bead dangles and put little things on in our tassels. I thought this would be perfect for a Christmas tassel next year. It's like already made for me. You know, you've got these, you know, it will be, you know, I can evolve it into, you know, ribbon tassel or even a bead tassel, and have this already made for me, as far as it's already got beads on it and a little snowflake all the way, see, all the way up and down this whole spool of trim. So I thought that was really cool. And that was from the bins. And then you just never know what you're going to find there, right? Then I found the last two things I found this week was these two little packages of, and I already opened this one so I could show you, but 2 packages unopened of paper. It's called, here's the title, Paper Ribbon, right there, Creative Twist. And also in the same bin, the Untwisted Twist. Yeah, that makes sense because it reminds me of untwisted or flat raffia. That's what this reminds me of. If you ever use flat raffia, and you know it comes twisted in a roll, and they had a bunch there. I didn't get any of that because I didn't want to deal. I don't want to deal with unwrapping the raffia. It's just something I don't want to do. If you wanted to do that, there would have been a bunch there for you, but I did find this. And so it's, I'll show you, I just want to show you this one. It's so pretty, this pink one. I should have opened this one, right? But you can see it through the plastic, and I'll open it later. But here's the other, the blue one, too, very pretty. Blues, greens, and whites. That one's pinks, kind of a, almost an aqua and a white. But it's this, like raffia, but it's flat, and it's pretty thick, and it's crinkled like raffia. But it has this pretty pattern on it. All the raffia that they did have there that was twisted in the rope fashion was plain colors, and they did have colors. They did have some colors there besides the neutral, which you probably have seen a lot. And maybe they have it, you know, at thrift stores. I don't really shop at thrift stores. I mean, craft stores. I don't really go to Hobby Lobby, so I don't know what they have there. But they probably have it. You know, they have everything there. So, but they had like red and blue and the neutral there type of raffia that's twisted in a rope fashion. But anyway, this blue one I thought was super cool too. They didn't have any more of this, or I would have got it. And it says there's 6 yards here on the packaging. There's 6 yards, so a good amount. And the first thought I had in my mind was, whoa, this would be a pretty belly band, wouldn't it? And if it was a belly band, I think I would back it. You know, I don't want to tear it right now, like to see how terrible, T-E-A-R, it is terrible. But it is foldable. It doesn't crack. I already tried it on this one. It doesn't crack or anything. So you could fold it and put it around a page, edge of a page. You could also make pockets out of it. And I think, to tell you the truth, handling it right now in my hands, I think it's strong enough for a pocket on its own. And the reason is you would just be sticking something in the top of it. But a belly band, it goes all the way through. So, I don't know. I just wouldn't want it to get pushed over as far as, you know, it's pretty. And see how it's so thick? Like, it's pretty amazing, actually. But, you know, for both, I might, if I really wanted to make sure it was going to stand the test of time, I guess I would go ahead and put some cardstock on the back, and then there you go. You have a nice strong belly band or pocket. And then you could always use pieces of it, of course. You know, a piece in a cluster, or a piece in a collage, or whatever. Anything. You could tie bows with this. So you don't have to use it in junk journals. You could tie this into a pretty bow around something, probably. So, anyway, I thought that was really something cool that I don't have in my stash at all. Anything like crinkled paper like this. And just something, you know, for me, unique to me, and so I can't wait to use some of it. I'll try to use it maybe in my next journal. Let's see, my next journal that I'm working on right now. Let me look at it. The blue one would probably go better than the pink one, but I really could use either one. But I'll try to use a piece of this in the journal I'm working on now, so you can see how it looks. I think that'd be fun. And I can put a recipe card in there too for a journaling card, one of these. So yeah, I try to use this stuff right away as much as I can, and then the rest of it I'll put away for when I do need it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you in my next video. Everybody have a great day. See you then.